Hello there YouTube, welcome back to another OMSI 2 game. Today we're driving the 301 to Stevenage, and as per usual with me, we are already a bit late. So let's get this engine started, get this door closed and get this engine started. Now I'm hoping that the audio is actually going to be okay this time. Today we're doing 301 to Stevenage from St Albans, which is in Hertfordshire. One knows we're going to be a bit late getting on stand, but that's okay, we can make up time on the route as we go. Make up time as we go on this route. Now what I am going to do is I'm going to reset the pulse and hit the stand, because I know for a fine fact that the bella's going off. So on stand 15 minutes, seconds late, should we say. So I've been told I'm miles away from the mic, so I'm just going to go and check that, make sure that that's up to speed. Desktop audio, put that. I'm going to put the mic up a bit. I've got people looking, making sure the mic's okay. So if that mic's okay, then we'll leave it like that, and we'll leave the desktop audio like that. But I just need to figure it out. And if desktop audio needs to be changed, do let me know. Right, everyone's on. We're going to go for a little jaunt. Now obviously, as I normally do when I'm streaming, I'm going to open the stream up on my phone. And try to see what's going on. That's my older stream, we don't want that. Apologies to all passengers that were on board there. But I need to figure out what's going on. I am not seeing chat messages as of yet. I am still trying to get the live stream onto my YouTube, so I can read the chat messages. Got it. And I know that I have spelt it wrong on, I know I've spelt quick wrong, I always do, but that will actually get fixed at the end of it. So today we're driving the Volvo B90L Gemini 2, which was made with this map. It's one of the few buses from old OMSI which I enjoy driving. I drove this yesterday for a little bit and got substituted for a street shite, should we say, at Wellow and Garden City. So wasn't too bad. Just need to know if the game volume needs to go down a little bit. Somebody needs to let me know if that needs to happen. If it does, then I'll put the game volume a bit more down. So we're doing a full run on this. This run should take about an hour and a half, hopefully. And today we're running the 301. As I will say, this is one of my favourite routes, not just because it's long, but because it's one of them routes where anything can throw at you. I actually tried to drive in the snow on this yesterday. And of course it didn't go as well as planned in that street light. It failed quite a bit. Just because the street light goes tuk, tuk, I can't get up to speed in the snow. These can, but the snow was lagging it a little bit, so we left late, but we're on time. It is 9:19 at the moment, due to leave here in 5 seconds. Don't know if you guys can see the ticket machine in the left hand corner, using that for my timings. Very slowly at this bus station. Interchange, should we say. Make sure nothing's coming. Can't even see that mirror correctly, but hey ho. Now, I'm not too sure whether we will need any sort of fuel at all, but the plan is for me 301 into Stevenage and then come back with the 300 up to Wellow and Garden City. I could always come back up it, but it's going to take most of the day. And I don't think you people want to hear my boring voice for any longer than 5 minutes. Oh, everything's going white. Nope, everything's just loading. Not too bad at all. And there's the 301 coming in. Give my wave. And eventually quick stop. Pretty sure somebody pressed the bell and didn't get off there, but you guys tell me if you've seen anyone get off, because I certainly didn't. We can get through it, I think. This map does get a bit tighter, like, but I think this is the worst part with all the park cars. And especially when the game's lagging. it's like I said on the other stream, once you've done a full run through somewhere, it normally ends up fine. In this case, on this map, that's not the case anymore because it's such a big map. When you come back, you have to reload again, so not too bad indeed, but at the same time it's a little bit annoying. Yeah, everyone in the chat, is desktop audio from the actual game alright, or does it need to be turned down slightly? I don't know if it's too loud or not, that's all. And into the bus stop we go. Now these are the actual buses they use in the Whitby route. They use these B9s on the hills going out to Whitby and Scarborough. Just trying to get out of the bus stop. Coming up, we've got a double mini roundabout, which in some ways I hate, and in some ways I think it's brilliant. In the snow, it's definitely a hateful omen. Trying to take it at slow speed. And we're through. As long as everyone can hear me a bit louder than the audio, that's the main thing. I know when I watched that live stream back the other day, little jaunt around Yorkshire 3.2, it didn't go to plan, listening back to it. I couldn't hear myself. So I'm hoping I've got everything set up correctly now, and it's all working out okay. Let's get to Oakland Shops. Choked at 30. I don't know, it does annoy me. I'm going to have to really tedious about where I set down here. To get around this car. This is the only thing is when I was playing this in the snow the other day, Obviously, because my braking wasn't the best, everything ended up going badly wrong, and I nearly went into some... Coming into the bus stops, and there's a car parked right at the other end. I should have anticipated and not parked so close into the bus stop. But when your brakes don't work like they used to before... Hell do you think you're doing, knobhead? Got to fill out an accident report now. And we'll have more of that later on in the video, more than likely. Let's just get out of let's get out of St Albans, shall we? We'll get on the road. Our next big destination will be Hatfield. With can't tell if anyone's waiting at this bus stop or not. AI cars will be the death of me. And back to normal with no road rage, I think, is the best option for this day. I don't think Grit games are supposed to stress you out, are they? Unless they're really big horror games. I think a simple bus simulator shouldn't stress you out with people trying to cut in front of you, should it? But that's what happens. So happy I've got my radiator next to me. It's not on at the moment, but I've got it next to me and I can hold on to something while I'm driving. Because this is a long run. Couldn't tell you how many miles it is, but all I know is it's a long run nonetheless. It does feel weird not driving a street light for once, I will say that now. Just one of them things. I want this turning here. Well, bus stop, should we say. University of Hearts. Now obviously on the last stream I got lost, didn't I? Which I'm sure was pretty funny for some people. Not very funny for me because, you know, it's just one of them things. We are a minute and 43 early, but can't really stop here. It's not a timing point. Our timing point is just up the road. I know in some ways you can get fired for doing this, but if they wanted to make that a timing point, they should have put the bus stop. They should have done one of these bus stops where you have to pull in. Because I'll be honest with you, timing points these days, for me, I have certain expectations for where I'll stop for a timing point and where I won't stop. Comet Hotel, and then we've got Hatfield Galleria here. And the only reason I don't like this bus, it's the reverb. Well, not the reverb sound effects. It's the actual engine when you're slowing down. Does my nutting a little bit, but we're here, and I think what we'll do is while we're here, get the engine off, save a bit of petrol, diesel should we say. We've got a minute 40 until we're due back out. So I mean, like I said in the last stream, I am thinking about some games that we can play, series wise, as well as games which we can play just normally, stream wise. And one of the games I've had recommended to me, Water Park Simulator. Now I mentioned it before, and I mention it again. I'm more than happy to try it out, and I wouldn't mind trying it out as such in a bit, but I need to find out where to get it from. Right now, other games I've got lined up is City Bus Manager. I think I'm doing a series on that, hopefully in a city of your choice. I want you, the viewers, to tell me which city would you like to see. Yeah, who would you want to see on, you know, which city would you like to see revolutionise with public transport? 28 seconds, get this engine back on. Yeah, as I say, I am open to suggestions, and I'd like some suggestions, because at the moment I need to figure out what's going on. Due to leave 35 past. I know a lot of the time I used to get this roundabout a bit wrong, but first exit. Where's Walker-Diddle on the bus? What's this coming towards us? Is this 300? Game lag there for a second. That was just a bit strange. So let's change something there. I'm trying to watch the start of my stream while driving. That did not go as well as planned, unfortunately. Something went terribly wrong, and the intro started to lag. And just putting time forward slightly. I'm not really wanting to be sat for a minute ago again, unless we can help it. But no, I am thinking Train Simulator stream, that might come out trumps. Now, because we've got stuff down here, which we need to stuff out anyway. I was hoping to actually do a video on Train Simulator of the Saltburn to Newcastle run. Obviously you can only do it from Middlesbrough, unfortunately. But even then, still be an interesting run. Done it plenty of times, but still be interesting to see. And I think we would be doing that with a Class 158. And we're going to do it a bit more older spec in the old Northern livery. So it's not too bad really, could be worse, you know. But that stream will be coming out today at some point, hopefully. I need to figure out the map which we are using. The one I've got installed is not working at all, so works perfectly, but you only even if you haven't got a text, you're the only train running, as they say. And it's normally you spawn in and there's a train sitting on the York to Scarborough platform, and you'll normally see a few 66s going up from York. So we'll have to see what happens there. But at the moment we are good. Been a while since I've done the return journey, to be fair. Half the time I get up there, I'm tired and I can't do it, so. And that's because half the time it's Sunday service. I prefer the Sunday service. Start at Wellingham where the depot is, and you end up on half runs. So, in my terms, that's basically X12 from Durham to Middlesbrough, or 21 from Durham to Newcastle, which can be quite fun. It's like the X93s. Pardon me, excuse me guys. Pardon me. So now, so we'll come up to St. Elthrod's Close. So we've just been to Hatfield Town there. We've just come out of Hatfield Town, and now next stop is Hatfield Interchange, which is just around this corner, up the hill. Nobody's coming. Sweet. Now I will say the reason I am half the time normally I'm driving a street light, as everyone knows. But the reason I'm not driving a pulsar on this route, or max pulsar, which I'd rather be driving, is the one reason is there was a game modification that came out for a pulsar. And the way it sounds right now, it doesn't sound right to me. Can't hear the thrash. It's just like a little beep going. It's even more faintly, and I don't think it would look good on stream, even if I wanted to use it. So, gonna wait until that pack gets updated again, which it should do in the next, let's say, few days, few weeks, few months, hopefully. Just waiting to leave now. As it's a timing point, I'm going to be very stingy. We're not going to leave until 44, stick a handbrake back on. Saves the foot on the foot brake, doesn't it? And let's go. And the other reason I normally try and leave beforehand is these lights if we're on the 300s, because we have to go through a housing estate. But since we're on the 301, we've actually got a bit of a long racing stretch, as I call it. Got a long bit of road which we are going to go down, and that'll get us into Rylands and QE2 Hospital. I think it's Rylands anyway, could be wrong. Yeah, so we go via the hospital. There's another Gemini, quite frequent, every 10-15 minutes. I wouldn't know. Do you think about doing some route branding for these routes at some point? It would be quite good to see what I can do on paint.net. And there we go, we're on it. We're on it. We're going on left. Yeah. Check we are on a 301 now. It's at the machine up roll. Because even if we weren't on a 301, this is where it diverges, so it's better to check which one you're on before you diverge off. 300 goes left, we go right. And I haven't done this section of route for quite some time. I do know where I'm going. You said that in the last video though, Dom, when you had to reverse out of a street. There. You can't reverse out of a street. I can, and I will. Give me a quick stop of that handbrake. Don't misfire on me now. These Geminis, the 63 plates, so they're about, what, that 10 years old now? 11 years old? Yeah, 12 years old, sorry. I had to think about that for a second. It might be a racing stretcher about to go on, but there's some little bits, there's some traffic lights that I'm not looking forward to. That's why I always keep it a little bit under speed rather than at 50. Traffic lights are on green today, that's good. Come on, let's accelerate up to 50. Now, when I did this route in the past, on a laptop, we had a bit of a problem with not seeing many 301s, and I was wondering what's going on. So I took up a 301 from Hatfield. Well, I took over a bus and put it out of service, and it was like, right, what's going on? And it's this roundabout from up here, always seems to have an issue. Not today, but the buses used to just sit in the middle of the road all along here. And used to block up the road, so you get a line of AI traffic behind it. And it wasn't the best. Wasn't the best indeed, but hasn't happened today. And this is Checkersfield, and we're about 50 seconds late, so there'll be a quick stop and go here, hopefully. This is one of the places I count as a timing point. So hopefully we can get to the hospital on time. Let's go! So we've got Walnut Grove now. I don't know what happened there because the game was lagging a bit, so I hit something, home open, somebody is keeping count, because I don't know if I did or not. The only incident I'm aware of is the incident with that car leaving St Albans. Still 193 litres in the tank, which is astonishing. I would have thought that would drop. That would have dropped a little bit while we were driving. But I'm trying to do a bit of eco driving today. I remember once I was heading back to the yard, and the plan was to go to, it was an evening run, and the yard is up at Welham Garden City. And the plan was get to Welham. The route was going there anyway. Drop people off, and then I was running to Welham and terminating there. And I looked at the timetable. It wanted me to go out to Hatfield and do a 301 and 300, and so I thought, right, okay, fair dues, let's go and do this 300 and get everyone home and dry. And didn't check the fuel gauge in the street light, did I? And I was on my way back to the depot after that run, and we did a 301 back from Stevenage to Wellerman. Got back to Wellerman and broke down just outside the depot. Ran out of fuel. So, of course, the most embarrassing moment for me, I'm sticking my hazards on. Yeah, that bus stop we just went to was Rylands. And we're just coming up to qucik Hospital now. We're about 20 seconds late, but not too bad. Just carefully manoeuvre into the hospital. So we're due to be here 9:52, and we're here for 9:52, but we're here about 28 seconds late. So let's get everyone on and make sure everyone gets on safe and sound, and then we'll get on our way to Stevenage. Look at me mirror, can we see anyone coming? We can't. Time to go, go, go. I was just about to attempt the longest name in Welsh, but go, go, go. Which is at the end, but I don't think I'm going to attempt it, you know. Now I will say this route I've done with the 200, and it is... You're going upstairs, are you? No, you haven't. Alright. This route with the 200 is a bit mental, should we say. Definitely prefer to have a deco on this route. And the one thing I think we should have on this route is street decks. Or at least 400s. Still running a tad bit late, but you're going upstairs, are you? Nope. I don't know where you went, but you're not in the upstairs camera, so I'm guessing you've sat down. One thing I don't like about OMSI is you will be driving and somebody will, they'll get on the bus and they don't sit down, they all stand up. And obviously we're in a deco, I don't know if you can look and I don't know if you can see in the camera to the other side of the bus. It is bonkersly quiet upstairs. So I'm very surprised nobody's actually went upstairs and sat down. Can't really complain. I'm a culprit of getting on a double decker and going straight to the back of the top deck. I'll hold my hands up to that one. It does annoy me a little bit, but they were sitting forward as such. They were sitting in the middle of the bus, which is a little bit. That's a little bit unusual. I forgot how long this estate goes on for. Half time you think you're nearly there, where the fire station and B&Q is. And you're here and you're like, oh, still got that long to go. I think we're due out from Welland Garden City at 10 past, so... Not too bad indeed. That indicator off. It's the only good thing with this indicator. I know when it's on and off. Half the time when you're driving buses, like nothing that has an indicator beep or tick, you forget it's on, and it's annoying. To Ridgeway, and it's another roundabout. If you want to watch the Capital roundabouts, you come to my YouTube page here. Thanking you. Thanking you. You both going upstairs? I think that's a car behind me, so give him a flashy hazard, say thank you. No, there really wasn't, but... Salisbury Road. Bit repetitive at the moment with the bus stops, but there's a few good sections to come on our way to Stevenage. Hello, you're right. Thanking you and thanking you. There's another 301. Might be surprised to tell you this, but I never used to use this Gemini at all on this route. I am prone to either use the Streetlights Pulsars or Alexander Dennis B7s. Hold my hands up to that. Or Dennis Trident, so I'll hold my hands up because I don't see these Geminis as city buses. Half the time when I see them, they're on big routes and having to they're on big routes and they're dealing with hills, and it's all very, very different to city-wise. Unless you live in Sheffield, of course, or somewhere where there's really big hills like Cornwall. Hills, these ones seem to be better. I've kind of made some adjustments to the steering controls since we did that Yorkshire live stream. Now the paddle shifters are my indicators because they're just easier to reach. There were buttons on the actual wheel before, and they were just harder to get to, so it was easier. We're just passing the depot now. Depot's just down there to the right. Really, I think if we were going to do a driver swap, we would have to do it here rather than at the bus station. Lagging a little bit, and it's basically 3/4 of the route done now. I'm going to turn my screen down just slightly because I think it's interrupting with my voice. Just heard how loud it got when we came down that hill. Now normally I try and turn in there, but you're supposed to go on the roundabout. Now one of the other routes I think we will be doing on here is we're going to be doing the 100 from Scunthorpe to Lincoln. We're just coming here. Now there is a little bit of an issue with this map here now. There is a little bit of an issue with this map for some reason. When you arrive here and when you go to the stop the other side of it, passengers seem to not want to get on. So a little bit weird, but we make do, we make do. So we've got about half an hour left to go to run to Stevenage. Now most of this is going to be literally running along main roads through little small towns. Doesn't take that long at all. It will take long for me because we've just done the first part of our journey. But when you start out from Stevenage and you are literally, say you're running 5 minutes late, you can make up time very easily because it's that good of a run. So we're literally just sat at Welwyn Garden City interchange bus station, and we are going to, in a little bit, we're going to be in a little bit leaving in about 50 seconds, should we say. Get this engine back on. Foot on the brake. Engine back on. Now we've got half an hour to run. I would say from now, we should be there by about 40 minutes past. Don't quote me on that one though, because obviously I'm more than likely wrong. And here we go again. Next stop, Bridge Road. This stop always also has the same problem with passengers don't want to get on. Maybe today will be different, I don't know, we've got people getting off. So maybe somebody wants to get on. Is it just me or is the whole bus empty on Bridge Road? I don't know what tier that isn't at the bus station, but I would have personally got off at the bus station. Everyone wants to go into Boots. Everyone needs to go into Boots. Though I will say, I might make a video on. I might get our City Bus Manager series up tonight, first episode, hopefully. One of these things where I prefer to, while I'm in the mood for making videos, I will try and get it up. This is the campus. The campus. So we're on board. Go upstairs. There's plenty of seats up there, mate. Pick and choose. Everyone's jumped off the bus. There's more people getting off these next few stops normally, but let's see what happens. Let's see what happens. Might get to the point in the next 15 where we're chock-a-blocked. Yes, this is a stretch. So I should have explained this when we got into Welland Garden City Bus Station. My mistake. So 300's obviously branched off after Hatfield interchange. And then we're basically on the same route now until we get into the centre of Welland Garden, Stevenage. 300s do go a different way in. Personally, it's, I think, the better route, but I don't know how long I've been streaming for. I would love to know. definitely a bit longer than the Yorkshire one, I'll tell you that now. And here we go, into Brendel. Now I believe for this route normally, in real life, it's split up into many different routes. One goes up to Welwyn and comes back to Stevenage, rather than the full route. I believe using this route it's a mix of Pulsars and Enviro 200s. Quote me if I'm wrong. But this route will be brilliant for when Arcala comes out. Obviously because the Evora is coming, hopefully. And to tell you the truth, I've only ever been on one Evora. And just from that, I got a good impression. So I feel like they would be working pretty well on this route. But I normally, if I don't have any buses that half the time, if I don't want to work with a German IO 200, I will use a Solo, because Solo power might get a bit congested up, but it works. Make sure nobody's coming. Do like these early live streams, they're a little bit better than the evening ones, so you might start seeing these a bit more. Obviously, as you know, if you haven't joined the live stream, which is fair enough, I always post them up to YouTube. Go the beans and get up this hill. The only thing about this estate in particular is you can have a load of people walking for the bus, and not many people want to get on it. I'm just taking my time through it because it's just a paper before I can say anything. We do have another 301 passing us at some stage during this estate. Make sure nothing's coming on the corners. I don't fancy hitting these cars. These speed ups are doing my head in a little bit just because. And it's not the speed bumps, it's my steering wheel. It's not as chimed in as it could be, should we say. Willow Grove. That's the stop we've just been at. Next stop is Digswell Park Road. And then we get onto a bit of a main road. It's main road time. Yippity doo dah. The camera's going a bit wonky while going around corners, but that's okay. And let's get it. All I know is when we are at see what this bus can really do along this little racing stretch here. Fourth gear and screaming louder. Thought these were meant to be capped at 56, that was just going 60. Going that way, fair dues. Yeah, so I thought these buses were meant to be capped at 56, but that one was good. This was good, just going 60 right there. Annoying. Let's get around this bend. Roundabout, should we say? Two minutes 35 early. Well, that means we can stop. And we need to stop at this next one because it's a timing point. So we will stop here at this next one. Stop here and get this engine off for a little bit. Oh, I can get up out my seat and have a bit of a stretch. A long run to do. With the rain, all the windows are going condensation. But other than that, it's alright. Yeah, 2 minutes 30 just to chill. And I wouldn't originally call this a timing point because we're on a road, but it's a timing point nonetheless, and I'm going to obey by it. We're 2 minutes early. Need to be leaving here at least on time. So I'm going to quickly So yeah, as I was saying, like obviously we are going to have some more games, and I will start the City Bus Manager series either tonight or tomorrow. Now it won't be streamed straight away. I think I'm going to record just a few little 20-minute videos of it, just to go out. If I don't get any suggestions of where we can go, I'm going to pick ones randomly. I also have Transport Fever 2, which I would like to at least try and get streamed. And at the same time as that, My Summer Car, which is a delicacy for me. I've got a few mods installed. So we've got a Volvo and we've got a little Saab. But one of the things we do need to do is we need to get the combine harvester moved. Now that is going to be a long job, and when I say long, I mean long, because it doesn't go very fast unless somebody has a fix for it and can tell me what I'm doing wrong. It doesn't want to go any faster than 5 miles per hour. So we've got that to do as well, but other than that, it seems to be an alright series that we're going to have up very shortly, hopefully. And as I say, hopefully we'll get everything going and make this channel a bit more successful, because at the moment I post to it and it's not the best. I don't post as much, which is a little bit annoying for some people, I know. I've just moved my driving position in my actual desk chair. It's a bit more chilled out rather than on the wall. So what I don't understand is why, and this isn't a dig, why if you're waiting to get off here, you're waiting on the bus for 2 minutes there? I don't get it. I don't understand why. What's going on with the street? You could just have a massive blip, which isn't good. Zone round here, so we'll get down to 20. I'll go into Wellerman Church. I don't even think I'm saying that correctly, unfortunately. But Wellerwine, Wellerwin. One of the two, and I will figure it out.